We're listening to Pearl Mania and the $40 billion Nazi rat line country lore. Let's go ahead and restart the thing. For the record, I do love rats, the animal, but the fact that the Nazis escaping, air quote, persecution from all the people that deserve to rock their shit, yeah, that was called a rat line when they all escaped into Argentina. Because America doesn't really dislike Nazis. In fact, I'd argue America really likes Nazis a lot. Considering, you know, we could have wiped them out after World War II. But we were very sympathetic to their cause, so we gave them a rat line. It's how German SS officers became, but we were just privates in the military. Only good Nazis are dead Nazi, folks. Today, tomorrow, forever. Only good Nazis are dead Nazi. Yes, as the misinformation said, Marie Antoinette, during the French Revolution, said, let them eat cake. Never actually said that. That was years after she had died. But, either way, she said, let them eat cake. Well, Trump has taken a new meaning to that, and now he says, let them eat balls. Rooms. Let them eat balls. And if you're an American citizen, he wants you, dear citizen, to eat those balls, to slurp on his balls for him. And if you're a Trump supporter, well, we all know what you love to do the most now. Suck on 90-year-old ball sack. Yeah, disgusting monsters. Like I said, y'all, just a basic stream. Today I'll be walking into town to do some book donations at the library. Be probably picking up David's prescription at the Ingles, maybe picking up dinner on the way home. We'll be walking today just because the weather appears to be finicky today. And, you know, if it's going to rain, I can't really take the bicycle. Plus, the way these roads are built with no side ramp for a bicycle, unless it's like pretty outside, I take my life in my hands every time. Because most Georgians really don't respect the bike. Most Americans don't respect bicyclists. Like, they pretend like we're going to make them late to work even though they left 30 minutes late. It's like people just trying to make it too much for Americans. But yeah, y'all. When we get back today, we'll probably do a Ghost of Yatsube. We'll do a Ghost playthrough, because hopefully that'll give the console plenty of time to cool off. And for now, I'm just enjoying showing y'all this.
On Wikipedia, they're like, hey, just so you know, we want to get right into the fact that he did the Holocaust. Yeah. He killed millions of people. Bad guy. Yeah. That's in, like, the third or fourth sentence. Pretty quickly. On Grokpedia, they're like, that's not even in the first intro. They're like, we're not even going to bring up architect of the Holocaust for a long time. Okay. All right. So let's get started. Let's get into this. We got a lot to cover. Okay. And this is history. This is comedy history. Yeah, I was going to say, comedy comes first. Yeah, which is difficult in this conversation. It is. I know. Okay. So I want to talk to you about rat lines. Do you know what rat lines are? Okay. I'm going to assume this isn't the hairline of conservative influencers. No, this isn't a line of people trying to cross a picket line to be scabs.
Scabby the scab rat.
Scabby the rat, baby. Okay, no, this is not that. Okay, what is a rat line? Okay, so a rat line were the systems of escape routes used by the German Nazis.
We really ought to build something out here to make it
after World War II.
Like another pathway, because I think the high-up paths are the best, but we still gotta cap them off and make them safe from whatever you call them. Those flying fucks.
Yes. Nuremberg trials and everything, any sort of culpability for what they did, was called a rat line.
The rat line, yeah.
Okay.
So the rat line routes mainly led towards havens in South America, Argentina, Brazil, Chile, and Paraguay. Okay.
Which is like most of the landmass of.
Most of the landmass.
But not all of these countries.
No.
But most of, when you're looking at South America, it's like the bottom three quarters.
Focus on Argentina because that's where I started this. Like what's going on.
Well, Argentina famously, it's like pretty famously. You
say famously, but not everyone knows this kind of stuff.
Okay, that's true. But when it comes to South America, and especially all right, it's because I watched a lot of movies in the 70s. This is one of those things, you know?
Yeah.
But there's like The Boy from Brazil, which is about people who are trying to clone Hitler. And then there's a bunch of other different things about, there's always this like theory that Hitler didn't actually kill himself.
Yeah, that he faked it and then moved to Argentina.
Yeah, and it's just one of those right there. I think The Simpsons even had like a joke about it. And all these different things.
So there were really only two primary rat lines routes from Germany to South America. And when I say rat lines, like you were saying, Underground Railroad style. Like they're talking between themselves.
It's just messed up that the Underground Railroad's something that America like rarely talks about like we did it, but the rat line's something that we did like with pride and gusto. Freeing the slaves? Nah, man, let's not talk about that all that much. Let's not focus on that. But saving the Nazis? Like I said, y'all, we've always been something to be ashamed of. Just some people now just catching up to the game.
Coming up with their own ways to do it, but then they had collaborators, and eventually the operators of these rat lines got together and kind of like made one big rat line.
It's always crazy to me that we still use the term collab. Like, because of, like, whenever I first...
We're probably going to turn this into an actual open mine, like a pit, black hole, whatever have you.
Don't be a collaborator. Whoa! But these collaborators...
Here's one of the collaborators I found out about. The Catholic Church.
Which is crazy. That's crazy because of how many Catholics... there were a lot of Catholics who were...
I famously do not have that much dirt, apparently.
Many were killed, but also persecuted in other different ways.
Yes.
Because the Catholic Church was targeted. The Catholic Church also, though, did do collaborations with the Nazis and with Benito Mussolini's fascist government in Italy. That's the reason Vatican City is a donation state is because of Mussolini and because the Vatican and the Pope in Rome did not didn't view the nation of Italy as a proper nation. He's like, some of those lands are mine. You can't just combine them. I have a historical right. Well, and finally they're like, how about this? Shut up, and then you can be your own country. And they're like,
Okay. You got a nice view of the Arctic and lands around the Arctic. I think we'll tie that into the mountain base here, make that 2 castles, that way whoever wants to come join on my world can, but I still got my privacy. Still really need to explore the Arctic. Now, the hard part, remembering which way off of this thing's safe.
just real fast, if you don't know, Austria was a dictator.
Because remember, this is a little project that killed me on my 185-day world. The last, almost said high point. The last time we had a major record break.
German Empire, and then Austria, Hungary, all these different things. They enveloped Austria. And this guy being number one, an Austrian bishop in Rome. So for probably for most of the war, right? He's down in Rome, so he's not developed directly in the war. But his job being a German-Austrian seminary, and in charge of that means his
Probably should have thought that one through better.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, okay.
The fall little bird. Not Littlefinger.
Varys.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. The eunuch.
I spent way too much time paying attention to Game of Thrones.
They're all over Germany.
Arguably, it was a good show. I ain't gonna knock it like that. Though the ending sucked. And I hate to say it, y'all, but I kind of saw the ending of Game of Thrones coming because they did paint Khaleesi as the white savior. And for the record, y'all, you don't want to be the white savior. And here's why. I will try to explain that one a bit better. Because I heard saying, well, you saved them. Why the fuck's it matter what color you are? I get it, but here's the thing. If you're a savior to the people choose you. You're not... It's rare that a savior does the Christ thing and says, yes, I am your God. Most of the time, a savior just does the thing quietly. And they end up getting killed off because they're doing the thing quietly. A white savior, as you've seen in all the movies and whatnot, is typically a character who... Oh, think Mosquito's character from The Help. And for the record, I liked that movie, but it's a good example of white savior. And I'll, again, in the context of the movie, what did Rita? No, that was Harry Potter. Skeeter, I think. Either way, her nickname was Mosquito or Skeeter. But either way, that character, she didn't, like, fight against the racists. She didn't go in, she didn't feed the racist white bitch that was one of her besties the shit pie. No, no, no. She just, but guys, I think the black people are, like, smart. But what if they're like people? Like all people, not like a half, but like a whole person. And that's all she was, well, God, what if? She didn't fight it. There was no strong scene of that. And then furthermore, I mean, the black lady didn't even, the woman who wrote the book, who risked herself, didn't even get her flowers until the very, very, very end of the movie. Like I said, y'all, it's just, you don't want to be the white savior. Honestly, I'd argue you don't want to be a savior at all. You want to help people to save themselves. People should, you know, save themselves. But you can't always just, you know, bootstraps. That's why that's an oxymoronic phrase. Too bad we can't plant, like, food in the planters.
And that was it. That was your credit. Your credit, your social credit, literally was somebody going, oh, he's fine. And then on a piece of paper, like a driver's license or passport, it was just like 2 or 3 stamps. It didn't go.
Thank you, Alice. Kindly go clean that up. Children, quit knocking over the food bowls, please. That's a terrible waste of food, and I don't abide wasting food. Especially not in this economy. I'm sure Alice will thank you for the extra, but y'all behave.
No, that's just Jimmy. Yeah, that's Jimmy. That's not. You think he did a concentration camp? No, sir. He is a good boy. I know his mother. He's good. And then like, all right, and like, imagine you're an American soldier, right? American or French or British soldier working there, and then you're there's a priest in front, bishop is standing in front of you, telling you he's a good guy. Listen. You'd be like, okay.
We need to go get some more copper.
In America, there were like we gloss over them all the time. Yeah. There was a famous at Madison Square Garden.
Also, y'all, is it time for them to add another monocolored block in? Because don't get me wrong, I like granite and diorite. I do. But, I mean, I don't know. Do y'all remember the old Skyrim mod? I miss my blue rock. Because I believe it was diorite on there. Anistine was white and diorite was a dark blue color.
Remember? That's why he bombed when he got up with that Puerto Rican. Yeah, it is. Because, Tony hits all. Hi, I'm Tony Hinchcliffe. I release hours of content. Not yours. It's you sitting at a panel talking shit on people who have the bravery to get up and actually tell
Yeah, I'll also say that. We got enough critics, y'all. If you're going to critique something like what I'm going to do to Ghost of Yaz, I gotta eventually say the damn game right if I'm going to critique it. But, yo, my only critiques of the game so far, I've got none. It's a powerhouse. It overheats the shit out the console like most of them do, but y'all, I'm going to have to start cutting back on y'all's food if they're going to keep feeding you like this. Ben, would you please go clean it up this time? Alice, you already had the last bowl. Kids, quit knocking your food down, please.
He's talking about them being held in prisoner of war camps, not in concentration camps.
either way. No, it's just that my only complaint about the game isn't really a complaint with the devs, I don't think, because it's just the PlayStation, because of the animals and the amount of dust it's got. I need to take it apart and blow it out. Now, normally I would say no, the game's overpowered for the console, and that's what's causing it, but, y'all, my console's overheating at Skyrim, or not Skyrim, my console's overheating with Spider-Man. It's overheating with, it's not the game, it's the console. And it's a simple fix, so I just really need to fix it. Outside of that, though, the game itself looks phenomenal, what little bit I've gotten to play it. I mean, the opening scene, I literally, oh, it's like a good version of The Last Samurai. That's badass. But then it literally started, like, every time I had to stop the stream, y'all, if I stopped it and it didn't just die on me, it was because I don't know, it's like the picture broke. Because I still had sound, and I could see, like, if I moved, I could see the lines changing. But it was like the HDMI port just overheated or something, because it was just giving me a broke line screen, you know? But I mean, game mechanics are good. It's very fast-paced. It's not usually my cup of tea, but it's fun. It's sort of got, and it's nice to have, because many games don't do that. A lot of hack-and-slash games just give you the one button hit, this button blocks, and you just roll with it. Each weapon has its own style. The game appears to have square and triangle as your heavy and light attacks, and then you have reversals and you have guards, which personally that's a pet peeve of mine on samurai games, only because samurais didn't block. The only, like, samurai-style techniques that would involve blocking use the sheath of the sword, not the sword itself. Think of it more like a scalpel than a broadsword. You cut with it. You didn't bash. But, outside of that, that's something that everyone gets wrong when it comes to it. And fuck, how do I know? I'm talking out my ass. I wasn't in feudal Japan. I don't know how these people fought like that. I'm just going by my own movies. But it looks very nice, and it's a clearly well-done passion project. Assuming the PlayStation subscription doesn't lapse before I get a chance, I will be trying to beat that game. And I gotta say thank you for the recommendation football quiz, because it was a fun change of pace to what I normally do. Let's see. Outside of that, y'all, if there's any suggestions, if I can play it free with PlayStation Plus, or it's something that we can play together, I will try it out. I'm hesitant of horror games just because, y'all, I don't know if you're going to enjoy it. It's the same reason I'm hesitant when I really suck at a game. If I'm just dying up in there and stinking the game up, I might just, you know, well, guys, this is clearly not my game. Maybe I'll come... Oh, that was scary. Maybe I'll come back and I'll retry later. Or I'll play it without the camera, you know? But for like, I don't know. I don't mind dying on the screen for y'all's amusement. I don't think that it's very entertaining if I'm not getting anywhere, though. But I don't know, drop in chat if you want me to do more purely challenging games like Dark Souls, Evil Within, stuff like that. Because I don't mind a challenge. I just, like why I set the Ghost game to normal and not the hardest setting. It was giving a lot of Ninja Gaiden, and I was expecting it to be a lot more difficult. And honestly, like I said, I didn't get a great start to it, so... I'll have a better review of that later. For now, though, I'm giving it a good, soft 8 out of 10. Because I don't... The only complaints I have are software or hardware issues. It pulls a lot of power to get those graphics going. And that's not a bad thing, y'all. It's going to take power to get graphics chips to run right. And, again, Ghost of... I need to write the damn title down. But it's a good game, y'all. I would definitely recommend playing it if you're into combat games, because it did feel It felt like an old school Assassin's Creed. Does that make sense? It felt like new but old. Like my friend just showed me Magic the Gathering after I'd been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! For years. And judging from the character screen, it looks like we're going to get to see bows and swords and other weapons. So we'll see. Dead Island 2, right now I'm giving it, again, soft number because playing it with friends would definitely increase the experience. And I'm not really into the shock and awe gore fest that is that anymore. But I'd give it a good 5 out of 10 just because it was still fun to play and the graphics were next level. It's just, it was constantly overheating the console and it was just an assault of the senses. Bright colors, screaming, not really knowing what to do controller-wise. It was a little much for me. But if you're into that sort of thing and you're used to zombie games, Dead Island 2 is a lot of fun. And the graphics are up there. The graphics are fucking good. I mean, fucking good. Yeah, y'all. Just play games at your own discretion, you know? And honestly, I'll give PlayStation this, knock on wood. They haven't increased the price of the PlayStation Plus too high. It's still a little high in my opinion, but that's because I'm old and I remember back in the day of, wait a minute, you got it? Cool, let's go play Grand Theft Auto 3 on my console. Cool. And we could borrow each other's discs and we could swap cards. And I remember when gaming was much more, I'm going to say, user-friendly. But I mean, it's still, I'm not knocking it, because hell, Grand Theft Auto 3, flippy cars, am I right? Every car was just a flippy trick waiting to happen, unless they fixed it. Huh?
People were very upset with you when they hear $80 lasagna. Oh, it's my fault that the grocery prices are crazy. A lot of people didn't hear you say gluten-free lasagna. Food prices are literally double because of gluten-free. Yeah.
Would y'all get upset with me if I bought like a $100 item that was just frivolous, like a food item? I'm only asking because Pearlmania 500 on Halloween, one of the other I think it was a D&D podcaster, but he and his wife and this podcaster got together and had, in my personal opinion, a very nice dinner. But it was an $80 lasagna, and apparently his chat was very upset with them. And I'm like, guys, I get it. Times is hard. But hell, if I'm going to have a group of friends over, if I had gone to the Halloween party at Aaron and Danny's, we would have been having smoked pork butt. We would have been having... They had a nice blowout, y'all. I'm sad I didn't get to go, but that's just how times be, you know? I'll hit them up sometime when I can get up to Atlanta when they party. But it's one of those, if you're going to have friends over, y'all, it's going to be expensive. That's why it's always best to do, like, potlucks. Everybody brings something. Hell, David and I were going to go with the cheap but always good option of a bag of crystals and a couple of drinks. But again, if it had been no, we need to cook for each other affair, that'd have been different. Then I'd have gone with David doing meatloaf and me doing a gumbo. But if we had done that, it would have also been expensive, because David's meatloaf involves high-end meat, and my gumbo, well, I'd have had to change the recipe a little bit for David's dietary needs. He can't have shellfish. It'll kill him. So, yeah, I'd have to remove the shrimp from the gumbo, but I don't think it hurt the recipe that bad. I frequently make it without the shrimp for people who don't care for fish. But still, it's... You know what I mean? People need to have more gathering events, in my opinion. Because, folks, get to know your neighbors. Hell, I just got the okay from my neighbor that because of how fucky our doors are and how strong the wind's been getting, occasionally when he's at work, I'll look across the street and I'm like, well, I don't see a car, but he's got a family, so is the door open because he's wanting to air out the house and get some wind going, or is the door open because it got blown open? Well, now that he's cool with it and we talked about it, if I see the door open and it's not like a summer day, I'll slip on over and I'll close the door for him, you know? It's neighbors helping neighbors. Like when my lovely neighbor 2 doors down, whenever he has a piece of furniture or a appliance that goes out, before he takes it to the scrapyard or the dump, he walks around the neighborhood and he's like, hey neighbor, do you need this? Ooh, we got a lamp.
There's no definite documentation proving that he specifically helped Joseph Mengele escape, who is considered the Angel of Death. That was his nickname. However, Joseph Mengele did end up using the same rat lines to flee to Argentina. So
I just hate the fact they're called rat lines because I like rats and I hate Nazis. Shit, I should not have made that.
Exactly.
It's almost as if it's almost the same as being like creating a trail.
Yeah, exactly.
Like in the middle of the woods. Like, yeah, you don't know exactly who's going to use it. But
Yeah,
yeah,
one
I looked it up.
steel.
The movie is called Conspiracy. Starring Kenneth Branagh, Stanley Tucci,
Let's get
and others.
a
It's a
shuffle
very, very,
made.
very good movie about kind of just like how they analytically sat there. Like, how do we kill this many people?
Yeah.
How do we set up? What type of gas should we use? Using mobile units versus building them. What's our target dates? All these different things. And I just think about it a lot. I think about this movie a lot right now, especially as I hear mass deportation numbers and others, and how much they're like these are the quotas.
Yeah. Every time they're talking about the quota.
Yeah, we need 3,000.
Yeah, I better say, y'all, here's the thing. Quotas are fine, I guess. Personally, as an artist, I hate the idea of quotas. I think that's just fucking stupid. But when you, yeah, exactly what he's putting. When you put quotas, I want you to deport blank amount of people. That's not something you want. It's the same reason we shouldn't have cops go, you need to write blank amount of traffic citations. You got, it's stupid because you're basically saying, okay, regardless of if you need it or not, you gotta find it now. You gotta make that problem. And it makes everything worse. Well, we can't just have them making money for nothing. Why not? If they're doing the job and the job doesn't need doing, fine, that's a good thing. That means everybody's behaving for the most part.
Because when he was there, he set up like a local business with his family or whatever. And
Like I said, y'all, I think our country needs to do better overall. And I think we can. But a lot of that, I'm going to try to do a walk and talk today at some point on the way to the library. I don't know, y'all. I kind of enjoy zoning out and rocking out to my music unless I see something that, like, if I see something big or important, maybe I'll snag the camera up and do a quick video. But I mean, a lot of it's just, you know, meh. But we enter into the cold times now.
Why would the Argentinian government today $40 billion?
Exactly.
Okay.
And so then I find out about this German-Argentinian millionaire named Ludwig Freud, with me at the end, different Freud. Okay. 4D. Ludwig Freud, who's a millionaire back then, would have been what? A millionaire now.
Okay, got it.
He was aligned with Nazi intelligence and coordinated contributions from Nazi collaborators to Juan Perón's 1946.
And, y'all, that's also why we should fight all forms of racism. Because I get it, old people are like, well, we used to do it for fun and nobody took it. No, they took it seriously. The reason why the Holocaust could happen was because a great number of people did not view the mentally different. They didn't view they viewed people as lesser and thought that it would be better if we just killed some of them. And that's something that's played out in old shit all the time. Even in old shit like, I gotta think of the actual name of the movie. It was a Western movie from my childhood that had Buffalo Pecos Bill. It had Paul Bunyan. It had all the Western heroes in it. And this kid, I think it's this kid goes back in time and meets them. And it was like, it was a children's movie at the time. And it wasn't a bad movie, for the record. It's just lots of, moments. Moments like when Pecos Bill was commenting on John Henry being, well, your people's just a strong people by nature. No. And that's what you call an underhanded compliment. Because, yeah, on its face, that sounds like a compliment, right? Oh, well, your people's just so smart. Yeah. It's not their people, they're a smart person. Oh. Now, how do I turn it on? Let's just make one room that's entirely lamps. Honestly, y'all, I would also recommend getting the furniture mod. I mean, it seems frivolous and wasteful, and it really is. It is a waste, but it's kind of nice. And the other mod I could put on here, I'm just hesitant to overload it, is there is a mod that'll allow me to grab things and break it down to their components again. That seems like a pretty cool mod to get. Like I said, each time we'll figure something out, because I'm enjoying this with y'all. And I never expected to make it to day 226, but then I look on Twitch seeing what I'm going to try to stream next, trying to pick out and all that, and I see this one nerd. I say it with all the love in my heart. And it's like, Minecraft Hardcore, day 2600, and I'm like, okay, well, I suck. I'm just going to go over here now and fuck off. I'm looking at him build this fucking huge, like the size of my underground area, and it's just his farm. I gave him a like. When I get that skilled, I might put it on Twitch. For now, I'm mainly going to be based out of YouTube. And I hear what you're saying. But Travis, you're trying to be a professional streamer. How can you just stay on one app? I find that it's best to concentrate my power on one app. I mean, granted, I have 130 of you watching from PlayStation. Thank you, each and every one of you. If you would like on YouTube, that would help me out a lot. But I got people that watch on different platforms, and I don't mind, because I stream to them. But I'm trying to concentrate my fan base in one place, that way we can have a better... Like, did y'all know that even though my YouTube shorts, I haven't uploaded that much in the last 2 months, if you're on my Facebook page, I've uploaded all my projects to there as they're going. But it's also because when it comes to fabric, when it comes to working with plastic yarn and string and the like, the problem with what I do is it's very... I'll spend 2 hours and I'll have what basically looks like a shoestring done. But then after a week, I've got basically a nice scarf with pockets. Give it a month and I basically got a pullover. But that doesn't, until it's like getting close to done, it doesn't translate over to YouTube so well. So I've been putting all these on YouTube and letting that one stay more... My Facebook has been having a lot of my artwork on it. I'm trying to post it on YouTube too and keep up, but y'all get it. It's difficult to keep up. And could you imagine if I streamed on like Kick and all the... Because I've heard that one. Oh, well, if you want to make it big, you got to stream to all the platforms. And I kind of dig it. I want to try it. But, y'all, I got to get good at YouTube first. I got to get good at editing shit first, you know? And interacting with people better, which is something that Twitch will help me with, because you almost always pick up an audience there somewhere. But, y'all, I'll be honest, I'm still new enough at this that when y'all pop on here and say, oh, by the way, I'm a kid, my first thought is, well, hello, and get the fuck out, please. I'm an adult. But then I'm like, well, no, because I'm a streamer, and if the kids enjoy watching the stream, fuck it, let the kids watch the stream. I just gotta watch myself more when I know kids are in the audience. And so, you know, trying to get good at the game. The big game. The capital G, yes, my millennials, we just lost it, the game. But, you know, just trying to figure it all out, trying to get my art projects done, and still putting in apps everywhere, but kind of hard with a government shutdown. It's like one of my stops was going to be food stamp office, and then the 3 hiring places in town, since they're the only ones that get work to the factories. And it's like, well, everything's shut down at the moment. Nobody's hiring for shit because nobody knows what tomorrow's going to bring yet. And I mean, I'm still good right now, y'all, but I'll admit it, whenever the coffers drop below 1,000, I start to get a little bit, let's get something in there. We are in America, after all, where your life only depends on how much money you have in your account. That being said, that isn't a call for money, y'all. If you got any cash to throw at anything, please give it to your local libraries. Food banks are also a big major. Find them and help them out where you can, because, y'all, our food banks are about to get overtaxed, overburdened. Remember, by the numbers here in America, SNAP and food stamp benefits puts food into 10 more hands than every single food bank does. And they have 10 to 20 to 30 times the resources because of the interconnected work in between stores and corporations. Food banks just can't compete with that. They're not meant to. So anything you've got that you can donate to your food bank, please do. Anything you got that you can donate to please do. If you can't donate but you can volunteer, please do. Y'all, right now, I'm not normally one to toot the patriotic horn. Most of the time, I'm the one telling us we're fucked and we're stupid and we're a terrible country. Y'all, right now, I need y'all to prove me wrong. I need America to pull herself together, and we're going to have to work together in ways we haven't done in my living memory. We're going to have to go back to the Black Panther breakfast party. We're going to have to start working together to protect each other and protect our neighborhoods and protect our homes. And again, each other. Y'all, I've been dropping water drops and food drops where I can when I do my hikes. Just non-expired, non-perishable things wherever I can. Again, that has gotten a lot more difficult now that my budget has been cut, but we're still doing what we can where we can. I would highly suggest checking out natural resources like there are several grass seeds that you can gather and make a trail bread out of. You're going to need to learn those skills right now if SNAP don't come back soon. See, this is why what the government's doing is just so diabolical, because if this was hitting during spring, y'all, we would be alright. Not great, but alright, because there's enough natural food around you that you would be alright. The problem is I can't give you trailcraft for winter. The trailcraft for winter is prepare all spring and summer. Trailcraft for winter is stay put, stay warm, and only go out when you absolutely have to. And I hate to tell you all this, but if you've been preparing for the winter like I've been preparing for the winter, your coffers are empty. Those cabinets are stripped. And so we're going to have to work together, y'all. For the record, I know some of y'all ain't even in country. I know I've got quite a few fans out in India, and I got a few Southern American fans as far as, like, I believe the Philippines and such. I appreciate y'all. Hope y'all are doing well. How's it feel not being in a totally shithole country? Even though our dipshit, Alzheimer's ridden president would call your country shitholes. Well, now you can point at him and laugh, because at least y'all don't have bread lines. We're about to have bread lines again. Gotta try to keep it somewhat light, y'all, because it's bad, but we have seen it a lot worse, y'all. We've seen it a lot worse, and I would suggest turning to lessons from history for the hard times to come. Because we can make it, y'all, together. As long as everyone works together, we can make it in such a way that nobody has to go without. The problem is the ways that I'm talking are antithetical to capitalism. You don't look at your neighbor and, well, I'm going to take your name down and this is it. You can help me out later. No. You're hungry, yeah? Well, that sucks. I've got extra food. Here, food. It's very simple. It's a very basic way of doing it. Would you like to go through what they're going through? No? Okay, then whatever you can do to help solve that problem, help. That's all that I'm telling y'all. It's simple shit. It's the golden rule level shit. Try to help where you can. Don't be fucking weird about it. And the whole, well, I did do the good deed, but then I got, nobody ever helped me out. Okay, well then you did it for the wrong fucking reason. Because yeah, y'all, if somebody helps, I'd love it. I'm never going to say, no, leave me alone to fight the fight alone. But I do it because I want to make a difference, not because I want somebody to pat me on the head and tell me what a good boy I am. If you're doing it for the head pats, you're not doing it for the good reason. And if you are doing it for the head pats, and that's the reason you're getting into it, I'm not knocking you for it, I'm just saying. It's not selfless. You get something out of it. Don't force people to give you something for nothing. You know? I don't know. She got a room with a moose.
So they're behind it, right? Yeah. Now the leader of the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Germany from 1937 to 1950 was a man named Adolf Fink.
Imagine being that one guy who didn't vote for it.
Anyway.
Can you imagine having the name Adolf?
I know that there's a lot of you who are blue dots out there. I just want to say thank you. Yeah. Thank you. And you're sane. Not only do we see you, we hear you. All right, okay, all right, Nancy Pelosi. We're not going to live up on that, but just more in general of just like, we know. Yeah. And that's why I just want to say, like, in that context of, it's hard to be the only person that you can see, which is why the No Kings protest and other things like that are important. So you know that other people are actually around.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Counter-protesting is important on this type of stuff. I'm sorry.
So Adolf Mink, M-I-N-K, Mink, he's the president of the Central European Division of the Church in Germany. Okay, so he's the
But yeah, y'all, that's all it's going to come down to is just pulling together as people do. Because, I mean, y'all, it's like, and I do beg of you to just try to take into account everyday little things, too. Give you an example. The other day, my neighbors had a birthday party, either for their kid or one of the adults in the house, either way. They threw a fucking rager, and I mean, hell yeah, rager, having fun rager. And it went into the night. Now, could I have been the neighbor? Yeah, I could have called a noise violation in it. They partied into the fucking night. But why? Why be the stick in the mud when you ain't gotta be? Now, again, if I had to, like, go into work at 4 a.m. the next morning like I used to, I might have, you know, slipped over there and been like, hey, neighbor, I see you're having a shindig, have a blast. Can we maybe save the fireworks for later? But again, it's situations when they call for it, you know? If it doesn't call for it, don't do it. Again, if I had had a kid needing to go to school the next day, it'd have been a, hey neighbor, I don't mean to be a bother and I don't want to be that guy, but can we turn it a little bit? And then, yeah, then proceed as necessary. But there are just so many people out there that want to ruin people's good times, and it's why. Right now, more than ever, people need to have fun where they can. Embrace the absurdism of our insanity-riddled affairs. Because, yeah, y'all, we gotta work together, is all. The big end-all, be-all of my messaging, most days, we gotta make it work together, y'all.
Seventh-day Adventists themselves say, you can't even get out of that. Yeah. They're saying it doesn't matter. If 3 generations ago, your grandfather slept with a Jewish woman, and that was your great-grandfather, and that was your
Oh
grandfather.
yeah, that's the other weird thing about the Nazisms and the weird folks of that nature.
You're completely being ostracized.
They judge people based on something their families did, which is weird because most Christianity and Christendom back in the day was, if you believed in Christ, that was all you needed. But when they were originally the cult, and then America came in and the one drop rule started. If you've seen Men of Honor, God, yeah, if you've seen Men of Honor, a 20-something, 30-something year old movie, but with a defunct actor in it, I believe now. But either way, if you've seen that movie, the racist Navy sergeant brings up the one drop rule. That one drop of water can ruin a naval boat's potable water source. That's why they keep the blacks out of the Navy, because one drop can ruin the da-da-da-da-da. And then Gooding's character basically rocks their shit by beating their little test, all odds. I mean, yeah, but that shouldn't have had to happen. Does that make sense? Am I being clear on that one? That shouldn't have had to happen. And more importantly, it's bad enough it had to happen once. Why are we making it happen again and again and again? If you want to do the very, very, very dumb, oh, well, the races are different and superior and inferior, fine, play that game. But then look at history and see that we've tested. All the races are the same, minus very minute, tiny changes that don't make big overall differences. Like I said, I don't know. All I ask y'all is that you use your critical thinking. That we work together whenever possible, because trust, the government don't want us to do it. I'd say, you know, getting them shots into the Mormon church, but I think we've had another mass shooting in this country, another church shooting, so I don't know any details. Let me be clear there when I say it. I read a news article last night before bed, thought I'd check it out in the morning. I have not been able to find that article again since. Yes, our country has that many shootings, y'all. A news article dropped last night. I woke up this morning. Already more shootings have happened, so. But yeah, I think a Mormon church was shot up or something. Very tragic shit, y'all. Very tragic shit. And I hate to say it, but it's just gonna keep getting worse until we finally put some kind of regulations on the goddamn murder weapons.
Even though in that same exact fucking book, they shouldn't be wearing polyester or blended clothing or.
I'm wearing a blended cotton shirt right now.
Yeah, what's it say?
It says Miss Lady is Immorality.
Hey, look at that, Miss Lady is Immorality. Look at that, it's a good looking shirt.
Little John Brown.
Yeah, go to the description.
Okay, so here's the thing about Seventh Day Adventist, and on many churches actually.
Yeah.
I think if I just recorded the cats and I edited out the cats out of the video, I could convince people my house is completely haunted. Just because as I look down the hallway, because I heard a mew, I look down and I just see the cookie container that's empty, but I use it for cat treats, just fall off the shelf and then ominously roll towards David's room. Yeah, if you edit the cats out, our house is haunted AF.
This is all just opinion, comedy, allegedly. I'm just talking out
Alright,
my
let's...
opinion,
Do
okay?
I have any more? I don't. We're gonna have to do this with the white block.
And I can't prove any
Alright,
of it.
we'll do it with the white block.
I'm just gonna tell you some stuff.
Okay, you're gonna tell me
The
some things
white
you found on the internet that are just happened to you.
You know, I'm just happy that Weird Al Yankovic is still around, and that so far he's been a silly little guy, but he's never done anything bad. I appreciate Weird Al for that. Because a lot of people from the 80s and 90s have done unspeakable shit. Either like predatory shit, or like Nazi shit, or like... Weird Al's just been there, playing his weird music, having a good time. God bless Weird Al. If you don't know who I'm talking about, one, kid, why are you in my chat? Two, go check out Weird Al Yankovic. He's got a bunch of songs, and back in the day, it was considered... Well, let me put it this way. I believe Prince was one of the only people, Prince and one other, that literally told Weird Al he wasn't allowed to spoof him. And so Weird Al basically knows who he didn't. But back in the day, like, he ripped Eminem, he ripped on everybody. And I don't just mean, like, prominent old artists either. He had... from, I believe it's DMX, but Riding Dirty, White and Nerdy. I just triggered a memory in quite a few of you millennials. But yeah, it's... Check out Weird Al if you ain't checked him out. He's a good singer with a decent discography, and yeah, it might get old after a little while, but he's got a lot of songs. And it's all just, like I said, comedy songs. Okay.
Or generally important would have Vaughn in their name so that they could show their cast.
Got it. So Vaughn is like, like in Italy.
Yeah.
He is from Vince. Yeah. Like that same sort of general idea.
Exactly.
Okay, got it.
So Philadelphia.
Oh, okay. Got it.
All right. So that's where we're getting this. I mean, after 1945, the use of Vaughn really stopped. Nobility was obviously ripped apart by...
well, the nobility fell apart after World War I to a degree, but there were still nobles around who were still trying to hold on to that. And then, but Vaughn is also so German. Yeah. It's so German that then after the war, people wanted to, like, especially if they were in America, they were trying to assimilate more and trying to hide some of their German heritage.
Or they wanted to wear Von Dutch t-shirts.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what Vaughn comes from.
For now, is it good? No. Is it gonna do for now?
Yeah, of course it is.
Because his family is Polish nobility.
So, Catherine von Drakenberg, also known as Kat Von D, famous tattoo artist, makeup mogul, and now current Christian influencer.
Kat Von D?
Yeah, Kat Von D from LA Inc.
Kat Von D.
Yes. Kat Von D.
The Von D is for Von Drakenberg?
Yeah. Do you want to take a break? We'll come back. Maybe we'll unpack this a little.
I think there's a lot you need to unpack here. Right after this. Stop choosing between looking good and keeping warm this fall. Get it all with Quince. Quince wardrobe staples are comfortable, durable, and built to last. With classic fit denim, real leather, and wool outerwear. You'll look sharp and be ready for whatever the season throws your way. We're talking $60 Mongolian cashmere, premium denim that fits, and their suede trucker jacket you'll wear year after year. And I'm actually rocking my Quince quarter zip right now that I have on
What
here.
I meant, but it'll freaking do.
It's perfect. It fits for everything. It has both that like casual, but also I can get away with it in a meeting. And I throw it on real quick when I want to go run to go pick up the baby from daycare. It works for everything. And Quince saves customers money by totally cutting out the middleman. They partner directly with ethical factories and top artisans, delivering premium quality at half the cost of other brands. Simply put, you're going to want Quince in your wardrobe. Layer up this fall with pieces that feel as good as they look. Go to quince.com/TMT for free shipping on your order and 365-day return. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/TMT.
I like Oak. I don't particularly care for Spruce, though. I mean, Spruce logs, so either.
Welcome back to our comedy history podcast. That's right. It's a comedy history.
That's right. We just talk about stuff.
Opinions and yap.
Opinions and yap.
Opinions and yap.
This is not real stuff.
Do your own research. Do your own research.
I did. I know,
but I'm telling the people.
Oh, okay.
I'm telling the people who are in the comments who are giving us 5 stars. who are following,
like,
looking at us across all of social media.
and they're saying, don't know how she got here, but
Wow.
she did.
Wow, how did this happen?
So, Kat Bundy.
And Kat Bundy, real quick, just so you know, this is all Donald Trump's fault. If he and the Secretary of the Senate didn't just randomly give $40 billion to Argentina,
Yeah, I would
you never click.
here.
This is just what happens when you start clicking.
Just our opening tabs.
Okay, so what tabs do have about it?
So here's the thing
Well,
about
if I
Kat
do
Bundy.
this, then I have to put pressure plates and or
She
buttons.
has scandals.
Screw it, let's just do
Because a lot of
wooden
people think
doors.
she's cosmetic.
Okay.
And so, like, this all this information, this doesn't help. But so then,
Yeah.
I was thinking about the idea so I started looking into Kat Bundy, right?
Yeah.
And I started thinking about
Okay, fuck it then, we'll do wooden doors this way.
Yeah.
And so I started looking at some of the people historically she is surrounded herself with.
And associated.
And yeah.
Okay.
And so I think
There
I'm
we
gonna
go.
show you some people, and we'll just have some commentary on the people that she has in the past surrounded herself with.
Okay.
Okay? So there's this guy, his name is
Forgot I can't do nothing when I'm crouched.
and she used to date him. He's a tattoo artist. And the picture I'm putting up right now is him in blackface at Halloween. This was posted on his MySpace page.
On his MySpace page? What the fuck? Why is there a giant N on his chest?
Because he said he was super. Okay?
Okay. And this is the person that she hung out with.
That she dated. This is him in blackface in a Halloween costume.
He's done multiple blackface Halloween costumes?
Yeah, it's multiple. It's just super into it.
Okie dokie. No.
Yeah.
Can I tell you?
Uh-huh.
Can I tell you how, like, there's so many times when I'll be scrolling on shit and people will be like, oh, yeah, you know, everyone has a Nazi face, or like, everybody, no, they don't. No. And also, this man's like 30 years old during these things.
Yeah, he's grown.
Yeah, that's him, him in blackface pretend to be NBA player, and then him also being super, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and then, so she dated him, right? And then she dated Jesse James. Here's a picture of Jesse James.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's his heart going out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And his hat is interesting.
Yeah, what's that skull symbol on his hat?
Oh, that's the skull symbol that the guy from Maine has tattooed on him.
Oh, yeah, that's a totem call.
Yeah, that specific skull, which is on his hat,
Yeah.
is tattooed on the guy from Maine that is running.
Yeah, that's how you know I'm not for team
And again,
sports.
many
For the
people
record,
said-
if I was in Maine, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but if I was in Maine, I'd vote for the Republican representative.
It's not a great moment.
But crucify me if you want, fuck it, I hate Nazis. Dude has a totem call. Well, why do we have the purity test?
I think Jesse James dated
Because if we're letting Nazis in, we're no better than the fucking Nazis. That's why we purity test. Well, he was just a crazy little guy at the tender age of 40. That's a misjudgment. He was 27 in Fallujah, and he got a spooky skull and crossbones that everyone recognizes. But he was too stupid, so he just wore it for 5 to 10 years proudly on his chest. And now he's got it covered up with an almost, you know, echoey sounding dog knot tattoo.
And you explained to me in a very funny way, that's always
Because that speaks to his personality a lot more. He's just much more of a dog knot than a Nazi. Like I said, y'all, I'm trying to be nice. Manians are going to vote for who they want. I'm just saying, if we let one Nazi in, it's a Nazi bar now. No Nazis, never. And again, if he had, like, if it had been something that got pulled up from 2000, and, oh yeah, I had that in the military, I realized what I did wrong, and I fixed it. Cool, that's a learning moment. But no, the dude has a totem call, an SS officer skull and crossbones, because that's what that represented. The that Nazi skull and crossbones was specifically for those who worked in the concentration camps. So dude wasn't only saying, hee, yo, I'm a Nazi. He was saying, I'm a proud man who tortured women and children to death. Ha ha, aren't I an edgy boy? Yeah, Maine, vote for him if you want to. I don't get it, but go ahead. Well, he burned. That was so long ago. 4 years. Y'all, like I said, lots can change in 4 years. I developed a love of Korean food in 4 years. You know what I wouldn't do? Put a hate symbol on my fucking chest. And if I had it, I would remove it. I wouldn't have to have my constituents say, hey boss, that's mighty weird you got a hate symbol on your chest. It would just be a, oh gross, I see what that's from now. It's like how I had a fuck ton of Helldivers songs on my playlist until I realized, oh no, you're happily playing as the Nazis in that game. Not like Wolfenstein or where you're fighting them. No, you are them. Oh, well, let's get rid of that Nazi music then. Fuck that. Some of it is team sports. Some of it is just, y'all, come on, we're better than this. Maine, I personally think you're better than this. That's just me. Vote for who you're going to vote for. Thankfully, it only marginally affects us down here. It's the same thing as people like being all up on Gavin Newsom right now. I'm not gonna hate the man too much because he's a fucking Democrat, but at the same time, he hates trans people. He's said it's okay to murder homeless people. Not a lefty, not one of ours. But he says he's a Democrat. Yeah, I can put shit inside of a wrapper and tell you it's chocolate. Does that mean it changes? There was a very edgy joke out of American Pie Wedding that did that one. That's the other thing that blows my mind, y'all. I've got lots of tattoos, and quite a few times I've looked at some of them going, it came from Supernatural, but let's take a deeper dive now. Thinking, shit, I don't want to have to black out a tattoo on my arm, but yeah, no, all my tattoos are clear. A couple of them are too occulty that I'm not like gonna be, hey, check out this one. But none of them are hate symbols. Because people that typically put things on their flesh forever, if they're not dumbasses, they look at what the thing they're scarring into their flesh means. Like I said, it frustrates me. It fucking frustrates me. And let me be clear, I don't think Graham should be shunned from society. But I also don't think that a man who is stupid enough to get a hate symbol tattooed, and I do mean it, stupid enough. His defense is, well guys, I was just too stupid. I tattooed it on because all my army buddies were tattooing. Okay, well cool, you're too stupid to be a leader then. You don't get to lead our country if you're that level of ignorant. Because, y'all, what happens when all of his Congress buddies say, hey, let's just murder all the trans people? It's like, what happens when his constituents, or not his constituents, but his fellow Congress people say, hey, Graham, let's go kill all the homos. Well, I guess we'll just do it then. No, fuck you. You don't get to be in power if you're that fucking stupid. I hate the, well, guys, I'm just stupid defense. Because that's fine. Be stupid. That's a defense. But don't, well, I was a dumbass. Now let me lead your country. No! If you ate the shit, you don't get to cook the food. If you loaded up the ammonia and bleach, you don't get to be the head of chemical cleaning. It's like, my God. That was unsafe on my part. Yeah, that was unsafe on my part. I can only blame. Damn those people popping in. Can't blame on that one. That was all on you, Hoss. You left that door open. But alright, y'all, I'm done ranting and raving and bitching and shrining. I'm just Like I said, y'all, we can do better. We should do better, my fellow Americans. If you're not an American, well, give yourself a pat on the back. Pat on the back. You're doing better than we are.
No, but that's a Star of David in the middle of it.
Yeah.
That's it, y'all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just take care. Be good. We'll probably do a sign-off here in a little bit. Well, this is the sign-off. We'll probably get off here in a little bit once we get a couple more things sorted. Y'all be good, and we will do a Ghost of Yatsuke. Eventually I'm going to get it right just out of sheer luck. But when we get back, we'll do that one, because by then the console will have cooled down more than enough. Library opens at 9. Probably here in about an hour I'll be heading out towards the library. Then a few stops on the way home, and I'll be doing the stream after that. I will stream tonight, y'all, no matter how tired I am. I promise, y'all. But alright, guys. Be good, and we'll see you later. Bye for now.